Welcome to the
No,
season finale. And since today is
oh my gosh, the season finale.
we have some show planned for you guys.
It's going to be epic, everybody. Let me tell you.
Yeah,
We have fantastic events planned.
yeah. We actually have a special Christmas play for all of you guys at the end. And it's going to be 100% improv. And how we're going to do it is I'm going to write down a place, a location, and Ryan's going to write down 2 characters. And at the end of the show, we're going to have ourselves a little play. How's about that, everybody?
Yeah, and it'd be fantastic, everyone. It's like Ebenezer Scrooge, you know, that story where he becomes a better person after meeting 3 ghosts. It's going to be like that, only more shit. It's fantastic.
I'm going to write down my location. I hope you can write down.
All right. I know I have a pen here.
How do you spell harbor?
What? Just spell Harvard. Now, is there a stipulation? Do they have to be real people?
It can be a character from a movie, an occupation. You have to write a character for me and a character for you.
Okay.
Oh man, I just saw that you wrote Captain America for me. That's cute. I'm so happy to see I'm your hero.
I haven't even written anything yet. So, whoa, how did you see that, dude? Pen. Nothing's been written yet.
It's gonna be some sort of hentai thing, right? Isn't it? Because mine is.
What was that? What was that? I didn't hear what you said.
Hold on, let me mute somebody. Okay, I can't. I just said that your thing is gonna be some sort of hentai thing, because mine is a hentai thing. Just kidding. Or it could be. It could be a hentai thing.
I got your character down.
It's gonna be some. This is taking way too long.
See, and this is and I'll be. Okay, I got mine, and I got yours.
Great. So yeah, guys, we each wrote a list of our favorite things, or least favorite things, in the case of this year. From each month, we have our list. So how do you want to start off with your January?
Sure, I'll start off with my January. I can also confirm at the start of this that I didn't skip any months like some people may or may not have. Perhaps.
I don't think I did either, but...
This is where we expose Emilio. Because he probably skipped one.
I forgot that there's a month called Shilamabruary.
Oh, dang it, man. Dude, that's like the 32nd month. How did you forget that one?
Oh, man.
My gosh. All right.
Sorry for everybody whose birthday's in Shilamabruary. I forgot to write you down.
All right. So what I wrote down here for January was a good thing for me back when January started. Was that when New Year's rolled around, it was a very cool event because I had a really fantastic celebration with my family. Also, that was when my school started again in January, which allowed me to continue to go and pursue my degree and whatnot. What I'm saying is January was a very uneventful month for me. Nothing really exciting happened.
I wrote down Australian wildfires. Remember that? World War III.
I should have mentioned World War III. Does everyone remember? No one probably remembers that either. No one probably remembers World War III almost happened. It's probably that bad.
So in January, I also started going to university, which we'll get into that a bit later. Then I got hit by a taxi.
Oh, yeah.
Then I got hit by a taxi, as you all know.
Yeah, I know where this is going.
Then I went to Cancun, epic. This month I posted my 10 years of Facebook anniversary because my account is 10 years old on Facebook, which is actually older than all of Ryan's kids. Pretty cool.
That's actually true. I thought you were 6.
Yeah, but I started my Facebook account in the womb. It's like a whole thing.
Bro. Oh, all right then, Mark Zuckerberg, you have some explaining to do, sir.
Yeah, those predictive algorithms, you know how they work.
Oh my gosh.
February. I'm gonna start. February.
All right,
Oh yeah, I remember this. I wrote down bomb, and I just remember what that means is when someone threw a bomb at the convenience store near my house.
this is how eventful your neighborhood is. It's like every other day a bomb goes off at another building. Another
Remember,
dude shows up.
remember that episode where we talked about near-death experiences?
This is death car explodes.
Yeah.
What?
Then the
Gotcha.
Oscars happened, and Parasite won Best Picture. That was pretty epic.
Oh, no kidding. You actually have that one down too? Because
Yeah.
I wrote that one down.
Then at my university, we officially ended racism because
Wow.
my classmates and I were after school, after classes, and we all said, let's play some soccer, and we didn't know how to make teams. So someone, and that being me, I just said, let's play white people against brown people, and
Oh my
we
gosh.
we effectively ended racism that
Very,
day.
very epic. Very epic moment there. Very nice.
Also, we started the bet, and the original bet. That
Yeah,
like,
which, by the way, no updates on this end either. For any of that. It's
I don't
just
know
not
why
gonna
we.
happen here.
Well, I don't know why we give so much importance to the bet. Like, if I was to actually get a partner, or sort of a relationship, I would not bring them onto the show because it'd be just really embarrassing. Just like
What I would do was I would bring her on the show. If I found a partner, I would bring her on the show just to
them.
win the bet, make you look stupid, and post the video on your channel. But not only that, I would also help her out. I would just have a bag over her head with 2 eye holes and standing in the background the entire time.
Yeah.
That way she could still technically be on the podcast, but her identity is secret. Because,
Yeah,
who wants to
Ryan
be known for
kidnapped a
being
person.
But,
I don't know. I don't think I'll ever do the bet actually because it's kind of sexist. But what I will try and do is win the NFL bet. The NFL bet. The bet. We have to see which of our teams can make it closest to the Super Bowl.
I think we both know who's going to win. Let's say it on 3. 1, 2, 3.
The
Buccaneers.
Jacksonville Jaguars. Oh man.
Dang it. Oh, man. We were both wrong. Darn it.
We all know it's going
What
to
a
be the
shame.
Detroit Lions.
Definitely. Yeah, but man, the Buccaneers got the Patriots star player Tom Brady, man. They're going to be fantastic, let me tell you.
They're second place in their division. Like, they could possibly not even make it to playoffs.
Exactly. Like, my gosh.
Anyways, what did you write down for February?
Okay, so for February, I did have Parasite becoming a smash hit film, which was a film, by the way, that, if for those of you who don't know, Parasite was a very good film that came out early this year. Very...
Huh. Well, this is not good. Ryan, you crashed out.
Yeah, I saw, alright. There we go. I'd fix it. Fudge. Alright.
Name review.
Oh.
Okay, so you were talking about Parasite.
Yeah, so Parasite's a really good film. Very good kind of, I wouldn't say a straight out horror film, but a very nice horror / indie film. It's hard to describe
It's a
without
thriller.
actually
It's not a horror movie.
Well, I'm just saying, it is in a few ways realistic horror. Having a family intruded in another house and then seeing all the terrible things that could happen afterwards as a result. Especially when the family well, I'm not going to spoil anything. But
Without logic, Cinderella's a horror movie.
Oh, it has a beast in it. Oh, wait, no, that's Beauty and the Beast. That's not the right Disney movie.
It's literally in the title.
That's the wrong one. All right.
Anything else you wrote down for February?
Aside from Parasite written down, I'd also written down along the lines here. This is actually, I started a New Year's resolution this year for 2020. You guys know by now, I've mentioned a few times, especially for my channels, I'm a big video gamer. I'm a big retro gamer. I started a resolution this year where I would try and experience a bunch of different video games that I had never played before, and a bunch of different titles and whatnot that people talk about constantly. And I am up to 32 games this year that I have actually achieved. Like, a few of those have been ones I've replayed that I have played for years, but most of those are ones I had never experienced, and I'm glad I got to play them. So it was a big start for that resolution. That was another big thing for me there. Another thing was Emilio's green card got rejected. That was a big oopsie doopsie thing back in February. So either way, yeah, that was a
That actually didn't happen. It's a meme, guys. People are gonna get confused. It's like, is that guy gonna be okay?
Your blue card got approved though, not your green card.
Cool. My Blockbuster card. By the way,
You're gonna laugh.
your camera's lagging like a lot, so it just seems like frames of you going like.
Sorry, Oregon.
Anyways,
All right.
why don't you tell the people what you wrote down for March?
Okay, so March, I continued my gaming resolution throughout the year. I enhanced it more in March, so I started taking it more and more seriously. School started heating up a bit more around that time for me for midterms and whatnot, so it was around that time that I started buckling down more with school and whatnot. March again wasn't a very busy month. Nothing really stood out to me other than normal stuff continuing my own resolutions and whatnot, which was weird. I also in March though, toward the end of March, I ended up stealing Emilio's hair back from the museum that you sold it to. So
The Smithsonian, yeah.
yes, we have to have a few old episode throwbacks. It's the season finale, man.
I didn't write down the episodes. But March, the lockdown started. I remember that day, me and my friend shot a video where we had to interview a bunch of people on the street. And we basically ran into every crowd imaginable. And then when we got home, they told us, like, the state's going into emergency lockdown. And that's like, okay, I guess I'm dying.
Yeah, well...
And also that month I dropped out of college. Epic.
Oh yeah. For those of you who don't know that epic May moment, Emilio deliberately failed out of college.
And technically,
very epic gamer moment.
Technically, I didn't even fail because of the lockdown, everybody got a passing grade because not everybody had access to internet.
Don't you deny that. You still didn't want to be there anymore. Come on.
Yeah, I still didn't want to be there, but I still passed.
No, you technically passed.
I epically passed. I didn't even do anything. But no, I did drop out by not paying, so they kicked me out.
I'm not paying money, so they could just kick me out.
Anyways, April came around, and then Kim Jong-un died, and then didn't.
No, he did. Everyone remembers that moment. The people who tried to announce that publicly on social media are probably rotting away in some gulag somewhere.
I remember that.
Or they're just dead.
They gave the news, and then the Wikipedia article changed like within seconds.
Yeah, he's just like, he's dead.
And then it's like, guys, he isn't dead.
Oh my gosh.
Oopsie doopsie. Then the new Liga MX thing happened where they eliminated promotion relegation. So now Mexican soccer is basically the same as MLS. So it kind of sucks now. The return of Trash Talk happened with the infamous nudist episode where Rian detailed how he went around naked. And that was kind of cool, dude.
Yeah, it was actually.
And I posted...
I somehow still have my job.
And I posted the video where I spoke in 5 languages, and that was epic. Which is
unfortunately, the Bostonese didn't get the video cut for some reason.
Well,
I don't know why. I taught you pretty well.
Yeah, that's kind of you suck as a teacher, dude. Please stop.
Hey, that's what I'm going to school for.
Yeah, I have a double degree. One's in communication studies, and the other one's in teaching. So basically, I copied Rian. Epic.
Yeah, he basically stole my ideas. You printed yours online, clearly.
Yeah.
Copied and pasted my degree and printed it out. Some shitty printer. Only half of it's visible. The ink's all running out.
So, Rian, what do you have written down for April?
Okay, so April Fool's Day rolled around on April 1st, and I pulled no successful pranks that day, which was strangely enough because I didn't even try. Actually... April was actually a big thing. The big thing for me, school continued normally for me online. My school at that point had switched over more and more. Things were a bit more interesting because one of my classes transitioned over to fully online around this time. when it was half in school, even when the pandemic started. Actually, no, never mind. That was for a later month. Never mind. But that still happened at some point this year. But in April, though, my school was fully online at this point, and it was a very different transition because I had all these classes I had to do. The other big thing for me, too, around this time in April was I started pursuing new YouTube content around this time. I think it was on the Nostalgia Factor. I don't think I made the Nostalgia Factor in April of 2020. But I ended up making more retro gaming content on YouTube. I branched out more with different types of content there. Oh, yeah, and I also, actually, believe it or not, I met Emilio's grandfather, actually. It was very epic.
Wow, dude, I didn't know you could speak to lawyers. My grandpa's a lawyer. You guys thought he was dead, you freaking sick piece of shit.
I mean, he helped me sue 7-Eleven, though, and that was a fantastic thing. They got my Slurpee order wrong. I slipped and, bruised my elbow, and I was like, you know what? I'm suing these guys. And your grandfather actually helped me. Your uncle's grandfather helped me.
Oh, cool. So what happened to you in May?
In May, again, I don't have much written down for this one either. The big thing for them, one of my best friends who I've known for over 15 years, he has his birthday in May, on the 25th, I believe.
No,
and we ended up, despite the severity of the lockdown, we ended up celebrating it that day, which was nice because the lockdown restricted so many damn things. We were still able to celebrate it in safe conditions.
So irresponsible.
Stuff started reopening in my state around that time, you jackass.
Anyways,
where's the Dracula cape?
I'll explain what this is later. Anyways, so May happened, and I'm gonna start with the funny ones, and then we're gonna drop into the serious issues.
Oh boy.
May, the Hiroshima switch happened where the government of Japan thought I was some other guy. That was pretty epic. Then the death card stuff happened as well.
Oh, yeah. Late epic on that, let me tell you.
I talked to my dad, and sadly we have to report that Death Car is dead. Rest in peace, Death Car. You will be missed.
Yeah, you'll be missed. Your memory will be carried alive, though, on the Trash Talk podcast.
We'll remember you, Death Car.
What a terrible icing.
2020 just keeps on getting worse. And what we just said is going to seem real insensitive because the next thing that happened in May was the murder of George Floyd. The Black Lives Matter protest started.
This sounds so bad out of context. Everyone, we are proud of what you were doing out there. We salute you for wanting equality. I agree with you. Emilio, he's just
I'm actually extremely racist.
Yeah.
No, of course. Black Lives Matter. That's important. If you do not believe this, you are wrong, and stop watching this show, please.
You are probably sponsored by Aveeno, daily moisturizing lotion.
Bro, that's our sponsorship, bro. Hold on.
Oh, sponsored by Aveeno.
Oops. But no, guys, seriously, Black Lives Matter. They've always mattered. And it just, I did a video about, systemic racism in my country. I didn't want to specifically go first against talk about what's going on in the U.S. because it's not my country. It'd be pretty hypocritical if I went like, oh, you guys are racist, but at the same time not acknowledging what's going down in my backyard.
I think, on a serious note, with the Black Lives Matter movement was a really good thing, and it brought a lot of attention and awareness for the black community, for allowing them to have better rights that they should have and they should have had, especially considering the history that has been going on for the past several hundred years. I also think, though, not just for America, but I think it also kind of raises a flag for other countries, too. Whereas, it's made awareness of, the mistreatment certain groups have in America, but it also applies to, other countries, too, because it's not just, the Black Lives Matter movement. It's also a lot of other races of people that are experiencing that kind of prejudice.
Yeah,
so I think it kind of raises awareness there.
Especially here in Mexico, black communities have been invisibilized for decades, despite them being, a pillar of our culture. All of our slang comes from the African immigrants, and we just kind of took that from them.
You basically stole it.
Wait, my ancestors were black, so I get to use them.
I didn't see you at any of the protests, man. What were you doing?
Well, that's because I was tweeting about it.
Yeah, you were
No.
just reading. I was too busy reading about it. I couldn't be bothered to actually do it.
There were no protests in my area, so I obviously couldn't go.
There
And at that time,
No, go ahead.
my state was going through very bad times with coronavirus, so it would have been very dangerous.
That too. Actually, believe it or not, around the time whenever the protest started, there was actually a protest. The town where I go to college, there was actually a big protest that was down there. There's a few protests.
And of course, Ryan didn't like that. White man.
What did, no, I've seen a lot of the protests. The first one I saw was on the corner of 7-Eleven, which is like a gas station chain.
I know what 7-Eleven is.
You have 7-Eleven in Mexico?
Only in certain states, not mine.
That's probably a good thing.
I actually like 7-Eleven. It's different.
If you showed up, I think they just leave.
This sucks, dude. We were talking about systemic racism and we're just like, hey, what about 7-Eleven? That's like kind of crazy.
They got good slushies. I was going to say slushies, but like it's slushies.
Anyways, did you join the protest?
I did not. Not because I didn't want to join them, but because a lot of the times they were going on, by the time that I even came back, because the times that I saw the protests going on, I was driving to a different location because I had to do a few things at that time. And when I came back, they were already done.
Excuses.
So unfortunately, no, but I do support those, and I think that what was going on and what is still going on now, because there are still battles being fought, I think all you people out there are doing a fantastic job, and all I can ask is, one, you guys continue to do so in a peaceful manner. The violence doesn't solve violence. I think you guys are doing a great thing. Hopefully everything works out in years to come. And also, Emilio, you need to get me unbanned from your state, man, because it was one rap video. That's all I'm going to say. That was it.
I'll talk to the governor.
Yeah, okay, great. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so everybody, justice for Breonna Taylor, justice for George Floyd, justice for Michael Blake. Say their names, and let's go to June.
Yeah.
My June was kind of epic.
All right.
Because I made a video talking about my favorite YouTuber when I was growing up. This guy inspired me to make videos. I owe so much to the videos, and I made a video about talking about his story, because he's a YouTuber from Mexico, and I made my video in English, so it's like introducing, because I do videos talking about Mexican culture and whatnot. And I did the video, and I tweeted out whatever, and the next morning I see that he commented on my video.
Oh wow!
And that was awesome.
That must have been like a late epic moment for you right there. Honestly, I'd be happy.
That was. I don't know how to express how I felt. Like, I was just. I'm not gonna lie. I was about to watch hentai, and I was
kind of.
Let me look.
I was hoping that, I'm happy for you in this scenario. However, I was just kind of wondering, was this the same guy that rejected us later on?
No,
I didn't think it was the same person.
No, it's not.
I was going to say...
No, it's not the same person.
Like, why do you like him? He rejected us to come on the podcast because he hated the name. Why would you like that?
No, that's a different story. We'll talk about that later. But I remember I was about to, let's say, masturbate.
Don't know what was my month in June if you don't have anything else there for that one, bucko.
And no, and I looked at my channel, that's how I got myself going. And I look at the comments and I see I have a comment on that video. I'm like, that's kind of weird because it has really low views. So I thought, it's probably Ryan being a little shit. And then I see the post and I see that it's the verified account. And I'm like, holy crap, dude. Yeah, it was awesome.
Actually,
another thing I gotta
be honest about one thing. That comment that you saw, I'm sure it must have been a great feeling. Unfortunately for you, just for that day only, I actually had access to his YouTube channel account, and I'm the one that commented on the video. I'm sorry. It was me.
Well, that's still kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool to know that you can hack
channel
stuff.
For you. That shows how much I care.
That's cool.
Dude, please don't sue me if you're watching this.
Anyways. Also, another thing that happened in June was Shane Dawson just kind of ended his career.
Was it before or after that stupid movie he made? That stupid horror movie.
It was after he tried to be Jenna Marbles
Um,
and own up his mistakes,
it didn't work.
and just came out even more racist.
Let's just say it didn't come. Yeah, it wasn't even just racist at the time. It was also accusations of him being for lack of a better term, a creeper.
A creeper? Wow. People call me a Herobrine.
Oh wow.
I don't know what it means. But how was your month of June?
June was pretty good. It was the start of my summer vacation, which is about as well as you would expect it to go with quarantine, even with stuff reopening. However, there were some fun moments in there. I also took advantage of the time to start making some videos. I started getting back to the more comedic content. I forget what it was, around June, I actually made like one of my proudest like skit videos around that time when I first started getting back into YouTube. I think it was my first drink combination video when I started trying to get back into it. I mixed together a bunch of stuff together. It's something that I did on a bunch of live streams in the past. I took milk, Parmesan cheese, and syrup, and drank it, and it was terrible. It was disgusting. I hated it. It was so bad. The worst part about that was the Parmesan cheese. It was the worst part about that drink. So yeah, that happened. Other than that, June also wasn't as eventful other than getting into more YouTube stuff. Nothing really specific happened in my personal life, and nothing internet culture-wise was really worth it at that time, unfortunately.
Wow.
I know,
How
it was
interesting.
amazing. It's like, wow, that sucked. Your June
Was July any better for you?
Oh yeah, actually, there was some YouTube stuff that was notable for me too. That was actually whenever July actually for me marked like the more of the revival of this podcast actually too, because around the time whenever we were starting to get filming more episodes during that time frame, I actually made that channel trailer for you remember the trailer that I made? Yeah, I made that.
Opens fridge.
In July, I made a trailer advertising the Trash Talk podcast. And that was back when me and Emilio were starting to get more and more into doing videos, and that was like the latter half of 2020. We were doing episodes, but it wasn't until like halfway through this year that we actually started filming them like every few weeks, and we're pretty consistent with filming and then getting them up and whatnot. So that was something that was pretty cool to me, and also for YouTube, the YouTube side of things as well. In addition to the podcast catching up more, I actually started uploading more and more videos on my main channel to Boss. Because what I like to do is, like with the Boss, I upload some videos due to the nostalgia factor, but I also can't forget the Boss is kind of what I'm known for. I mean, that milk isn't going to be pouring on just anyone. You know what I mean? So a lot of that stuff happens for me over that month, in addition to working and seeing friends occasionally.
Yeah. Well, I wrote down for July. We did the vasectomy episode.
Which is like the most notorious episode on the spot. I'm telling you right now, just for that episode alone, for like next season, we have to do a dedicated podcast episode where we just look up information about different vasectomies and just talk about it.
I so do not want to do that.
Oh, come on.
Also in July is when our podcast was rejected for having a title that was too negative.
Which was, again, one of the worst arguments I've ever heard for someone not to want to do a YouTube collab. I've never heard of anything more stupid other than that. It's so dumb.
Kids don't meet your heroes. That's what I learned. Unless you make a video about them and then they comment.
Yeah.
Or
something along
depends on the situation. August, I wrote down it was my birthday. I turned 18. That means that next year I get to vote, and I'm going to write down Ryan's name to run for city council. It's gonna be pretty epic.
We're gonna start with city council, then don't forget president 2024. We gotta start.
Yeah, but you gotta know the basics.
Oh yeah.
We also had the Beirut explosion, so that wasn't good.
No.
And Chadwick Boseman died. Yeah, that's not great.
F's in the chat, guys. F's in the chat.
Way to bring down the mood.
Yeah, way to ruin the mood there, man. Why you gotta bring that up? Rest in peace, Chadwick. You were a fantastic actor.
Rest in power. He was great. Did you know that they try to force him to have a British accent as Black Panther?
I did not
And
know
he
that
said that,
actually.
and he said it doesn't make sense. Like the Wakandas have
Now
never
Wakanda's not even
been
located
colonized.
near Britain. It makes
No, it's never been colonized, so it wouldn't make sense for them to have this accent.
no, and actually, Marvel thankfully though announced like with Black Panther 2 moving forward for production now, they're actually not going to be replacing like Black Panther as a character. They're not going to replace Boseman's character. So they're either going to have a new Black Panther or they're probably going to have a new one, but they're not going to replace his legacy in that film because arguably that was probably like one of his biggest things of his career, and it made him really big. So
Yeah.
I'm glad to see Marvel isn't doing that at least.
Yeah. Because they do it with every other character if they could.
Pretty much.
What do you have down for August?
Okay, so the first epic thing I have for August is Jake Paul got raided by the FBI. That was pretty epic. That was pretty epic.
That was the fever dream portion of 2020. It's like Jake Paul raided by the FBI.
Oh my gosh, that was beautiful. I don't know what ever came.
If I can interject right here, me and my sister always watch the Philip DeFranco show together.
Oh no.
And we just read the headline, Jake Paul raided by FBI, and we were like, what the fuck is going on?
He's like, "Good morning, you beautiful bastards," and Jake Paul gets raided by the FBI.
Yeah. What else do you have?
For August, literally toward the end, my school started back up again later that month. So it was a very weird online transition because with the pandemic going on still during that time, there was there was a lot of stuff in the air whether or not it was going to be fully online or if it was going to be in person and whatnot. This was the time where I had one of my classes half and half. It was later on it went fully online. So that was a bit of a weird transition, let me tell you. It was also really weird because I was really distracted with the Jake Paul news. It devastated me for my academics when school started. It was really bad. But other than that, though, August, again, was pretty much the same as July for me. Not as much went on for me personally. And besides Jake Paul, there wasn't anything really actually notable that was actually worth talking about.
Okay, so what do you have down for September?
Did you not do August?
I just said my August.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, I just talked about, my birthday, Beirut, Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, but no one cared about your birthday. Now, Chadwick Boseman, though, everyone cared about his birthday.
I mean, I'm not going to deny that. It'd be kind of fucked up if I did.
Look, everyone cares about my birthday because it hasn't happened yet when we were recording this. So everyone has to care at this point. Now, for December, this was actually pretty
September.
noticeable. The big thing that happened is
September.
So the big
September. You said December.
So
just
anyway,
kind of skipped all of them.
In January 2021, Emilio was found in a back
COVID
alley,
virus,
unconscious, next to a Barbie girl in Atlantic City. It was weird.
Never been.
I'm predicting the future now. But no, September, this was actually a pretty notable event. Well, I was going through school and whatnot. This was actually the first time in my area where movie theaters opened up again for the first time. And a lot of people, including myself, wanted to experience a movie in the theaters as safe as possible, which at that time they came up with a way. So I went there with a family member of mine, my sister specifically, and went to go see a film for the first time in months. And I went and saw, I don't know if it was a fantastic choice, but I saw The New Mutants in theaters. Which was also the last movie I've seen in theaters so far. And
I think you should get a refund.
It was an okay movie. It wasn't awful. It wasn't amazing, but
I haven't watched it. I don't know.
It was an okay movie. I could see them making sequels from it, but it was all right. It wasn't anything amazing, but it wasn't bad. But that was a pretty notable
epic
moment for me in September. Other than that, the September was pretty slow. Not as much happened then. It was kind of the transition between summer and winter, so not as much.
Okay, so September, I wrote down just Ruth Bader Ginsburg died. That kind of sucked.
Well then,
to say the least.
You're bringing all the happy joys to these month events, man. Let me tell you that much. All this death and destruction.
Well, you're just bringing up updates about your channel. Nobody cares.
I There was nothing else that was notable to me those months.
Okay, October. My channel took 6 years old. Turned 6 years old. What did I? What? Yeah,
I
that.
told you turned 6 years old this year. I told you that already.
It was epic. We had a cool montage video. Ryan does cameos there
I did.
from all of the collabs we've ever done. Go watch it. It's on my YouTube channel. And we finally had verifiable proof that my videos are better than Ryan's.
That film festival
after my
does
video
not count as it's great.
won
that you were in
a
there.
showcase.
Does not count.
It was
however.
not a film festival. It was the Y20 convention.
And
my video was selected.
Just goes to show the ego
You
on
say-
this man. The ego.
Well, I just can see all your envy right there, as I am the better content creator.
Extreme salt for my better content. Thank you.
And well, I don't see your award. And
Low
yeah,
to
that's
the
my
front.
October.
I got this for us, not for me, for us. Remember that.
Okay, Ryan, what do you have for October?
October was more eventful for me, actually. I went to. I'll start.
I
With
changed up my content.
I have like 3. Shut the fuck up. It was a big thing for me this year. All right, YouTube was pretty slow for me at first, but then I started getting more into it with better stuff. All right, so shush. I went to my first haunted house experience in 4 years. The last time I was at a haunted house, period, or anything related, was 4 years ago in 2016 when I volunteered in one in a city close to my house. I was a undead bartender and an asylum patient when I volunteered there. You never knew that. Actually, I never told you that.
No, I didn't know that.
Well, I have haunted house.
Know that.
Well, I volunteered in a haunted house before. So I did that. I went there with some.
And now you're a stripper.
I mean, that too, man. The OnlyFans account, this was way before the OnlyFans. But I went there to a haunted house for the first time in 4 years. Crash Bandicoot 4 released that month, which I was very hyped for. It was the only major game this year that I was actually looking forward to. And it was a fantastic game. Hard as hell, but good game. And, nothing else really big happened. Just, I hit a deer with my car.
Oh, yeah.
Which actually did happen. It wasn't a good thing, but I hit a deer. My old car was towed.
But you got a new car, though.
I do have a new car. It's a really good car, but I hit a deer in October. So yeah, that was epic. Oh yeah, my email apparently got hacked too.
Oh yeah.
Emilio's the one that told me about that one. And then Patrick, of all people, came and actually messaged me about it too, which is weird because I never really emailed him. If I did, it was like once.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened. But yeah, it was October.
Also, my phone was leaked.
Huh?
My phone number was leaked. I just remembered that.
Oh, yeah.
We talked about it in the last episode.
Oh man. Yeah, October was pretty eventful. That's the major stuff that happened for me that month.
Epic. But what about November? Did you masturbate?
Kind of slow, I'm not gonna lie. November didn't really have much. I mean, I spent Thanksgiving with my family.
Are you sure?
Why? What? Did something happen I'm forgetting?
Well, let me tell you.
Ahead,
this is the part with the musical number. Where are the dancers? Oh, okay, they're not here, so I'll just won't sing, I guess.
Where's the camera?
Well,
this isn't a prank.
Well, Ryan, how can you forget the U.S. election happened? We had a full episode.
That everyone's already forgotten about. So, pretty much.
Even the president forgot about it.
Nobody remembers it. Oh my god.
As we all know, Kanye West is the future president. We're recording this before the election, so we are not sure who won. But we're pretty hard believers on about Kanye, so we're sure he'll
future
win.
President Kanye is going to do great things in this country. He's going to have classes in school now teaching everyone about time travel, and he's just going to play that recorded video of him showing President Trump his phone and talking for like an hour or two about alternate realities, which was the stupidest conversation I'd ever seen with it. But that would be an entertaining class to take. So why not?
Yeah. No, obviously we're kidding. Joe Biden is the elected president of
Yes,
the
and
United States.
I just realized too, even if we say that we were recording this before the election, I just said everyone forgot about it, which insinuates that this occurred after the election took place. So I kind of
Oh, yeah.
mentioned it anyway.
Plot holes in the Trash Talk podcast
Oh
exposed.
no! Phew. We gotta get our script straight.
Guys, where are the scripts? Guys, where's the stage manager, Ryan?
We thought this was the end of the podcast, but they thought it was the end of the podcast. We're like, no, it's the season, not the series, and they just left anyway.
Who let the camera crew write the script for this one?
I think you did.
Oh, then sorry, guys.
Well, then
What else?
It's really fun.
What? Do you have anything else for November before I just go ahead with mine?
You can go ahead with yours because November, like I said, wasn't as eventful. Like to me, nothing really happened.
Well, everybody knows Diego Maradona died. He was considered the best soccer player of all time. I think
didn't
he
know
was.
that. Actually,
I never saw him play. My dad did, and he said he was amazing when he was playing. I say, cool. I don't think so, but he died, which I guess is sad for a lot of people who were big fans of his.
It's sorry
And good for the people who hated him because he was kind of a shitty person.
What is wrong with you?
No, he legitimately was. He used to hit his wife. There's video of it.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah. Also, Anchor, the platform that hosts our podcast and distributes it to iTunes and Spotify, the site just crashed. So
yeah, Anchor. I don't know how many of you like tried to watch the podcast during that time, or for those of you who even knew about it. For a time, Emilio actually told me about it. Anchor crashed for some time. You couldn't get on it. You couldn't watch any of the episodes. You couldn't even. I don't even think you could use Anchor. Period. Could you? Because I tried using the link you sent me and it wouldn't work.
No, I think what happened was that if you were a creator on Anchor, you couldn't use the platform, but the audio files were still available for everybody.
So, all right.
If you made a mistake, you were kind of fucked.
Yeah, pretty much.
I also wrote down the 20 burgers challenge my friend did. That was a pretty historical moment.
Oh, yeah, that was fantastic. I actually cameoed in that one, too. It was very nice. Very impressive to see your friend Marca.
Yeah. Oh, we also did a show with him. I forgot about that. That's actually...
Oh, yeah, that's right. We did an episode with him, too.
That episode is the most watched on Anchor. I mean,
listen. Is it really?
Yeah, it beat out the vasectomy.
Episode.
We have to bring him back.
3 episodes on Anchor, out of curiosity.
What?
We're like the top 3 episodes. Like the first one's the one we did with him. The second one's the vasectomy, I'm sure. What's the third one?
I think it's the Joker episode, but I'm not sure. I'll tell you later.
Wow.
We also have Jake Paul says COVID's a hoax. Sure, why not?
Can we just have it for February 2021? Jake Paul gets his ass handed to him in the boxing ring. Can we just predict that now? Logan
Paul is fighting Floyd Mayweather, and 250,000 people are on strike right now in India. That's a lot of people.
Wow.
Yeah, I hope that
is a lot of people.
I hope they get what they want, and I hope Ryan never goes on strike on me.
I'm gonna have to start for that one, man.
2020 resolutions. And can you? What did you write down for December?
For December, season finale to Trash Talk was one of them.
Which is right now.
I know, it's crazy. My 22nd birthday, obviously.
That's a big congratulations.
Because it's my birthday. Christmas, because I love Christmas. Another big thing that I like to do every single year that I had written down was that it's a big thing that me and my family do. We actually did it earlier tonight at the time of this recording. It's a big thing where we we decorate the Christmas tree every year as per usual. And we use a bunch of ornaments and whatnot for several years past. We have several years worth of ornaments. From like when I was a kid, for example. And we listen to one specific Christmas album from like the 70s or 80s. And it's very good if none of you have ever listened to it. It's the Alabama Christmas album. The band's Alabama, and it's a fantastic album.
Sweet Home Alabama. I love that song. You're
Not
right.
even close. Not even close.
Well, that's kind of a cool tradition. I'm atheist, so my family tradition is we all get together and we piss on a church. It's pretty epic.
You're like the Russians. Like, before they go into space, they literally piss on the back wheels of the transport vehicle because apparently it brings them good luck before they go on their space voyages.
Okay, cool. December, I wrote down Checo Perez's victory in Formula One. He is the first Mexican to win a Formula One title. That's pretty cool.
Wow, there you go.
And the most important
epic.
thing of this year, my team. This is why I'm wearing this. Oh, fuck.
I thought that was a cape.
It's a flag.
It looks like a cape.
Guys, my team, my favorite soccer team, won the league. They won their 8th title. This is epic. This is the 3rd time I've seen them lift the trophy.
Isn't that the soccer team stationed in your... Isn't that your local soccer team?
Yeah. So
wouldn't that make you biased to like them the most anyway?
kinda. Shut the fuck up. I was grandfathered into this team. Like, my uncles played for it. My grandpa was the on-field doctor for the team. Like, I was gonna be a fan of theirs, whether I liked it or not.
To reference another episode we've done, did you time travel and meet your grandfather and find out you were destined to be part of this team culture?
I don't remember.
Probably.
I don't remember that part in the
time
script.
traveling.
Script. Does my character remember that? Oh,
No.
I do. Yeah, I do remember. Yeah.
God damn it. Disembodied voice, you failed me.
Anyways, so yeah, my team won the 8th title. It's epic. Finally, we win it at our own stadium. It is epic. It's great
It had
because
nothing to do with steroids.
it had nothing to do with this. It had nothing to do that I had Ryan kill the other team.
Yep, just like the Packers. Whoops, sorry, that hasn't happened yet.
That's another continuity error. But yeah, my team won, and it's epic. This is actually the first video I filmed after the finale, the final. Because we were actually supposed to film it last week, but I told Ryan, yo, my team's in the final, so can you not?
Yeah, I don't think you even mentioned... I think you just said you were busy, that there... I don't even think you told me that there was a soccer team game going that you were watching. I think you just said, hey, dude, I'm busy. Let's record it next week. Whenever... You just didn't even tell me the reason. You're like,
I think I did.
Let's just record it next week.
I kind of feel bad now because I think I should have bet. The bet should have been soccer related, not football. Because now I'm worried that the Packers won't pull it off.
Yeah, well, I think I'm gonna win the bet then. Yeah, I'm not saying that now, but considering the current records, I think I'm gonna win this.
Karma has to balance itself out, so that means that the Packers are gonna crash and burn.
That's why I'm knocking on wood right now as we speak, just in case. Did you just kiss a flag?
Yeah.
Can you do that again so I can get a picture of it? Thanks, bro. I'm saving that in my special folder.
Oh, not the special folder.
Oh my.
Welcome to the section of the podcast that is just canned laughter.
Pretty much.
But anyways, guys, that was 2020. What an epic year. What was your favorite part?
Favorite part of this year, outside the pandemic, the killer hornets, the wildfires, World War III, Jake Paul getting raided by the FBI, and all sorts of other fun events that 2020 has brought us. I think the legitimate best part of this year in its entirety was surviving 2020 and being alive now to record this podcast finale. No, but for real, I think like the best moment this year was...
I wasn't asking you. I was asking the viewer. I was doing a Dora thing. You know, like Dora the Explorer.
Oh, whoops.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, No, I think 2020, despite how bad the year it's been, like for the podcast, for example, like this has been going on for a few years now. This podcast is a thing, and this year, despite the fact that there was a pandemic, considering what we're doing here as a whole, this has been a good year for the podcast. It's grown more, and it's been way more consistent than it ever has been in the past, which is a fantastic thing.
Yes.
You know,
Cool. My favorite part was the murder hornets. I feel like it was a cool plot point.
yeah, that was pretty nice actually. I'm surprised NASA didn't follow up with it.
Anyways, it's finally time for the Trash Talk Christmas play.
Oh wait, we need some cool intro for this. Like, I don't even have any jingle bells with me. I was gonna play an instrument or something like jingle bells, trash talk smells. No, this is bad. Whoops.
Cool.
Wow, what an ass intro to this.
So
Alright,
why don't you read me your characters, Ryan?
Okay, I'll start with yours because this is another podcast reference, but I also think that this is going to be something really good for you. Okay, so for Emilio's character for this, Emilio is the son of Backpack Man.
Oh, cool, Backpack Man. If you don't remember that,
Yeah, you're his son.
It's a hobo. It's a hobo that lives in my town that has a lot of backpacks and is famous. And Ryan crashed out of the call again. Are you there?
I know, it crashed again.
Anyways, I was just explaining who Backpack Man is.
Yeah, for those of you who didn't know, Emilio's actually Knapsack Boy, though. Since he's the son of Backpack Man, he can't have the backpacks, but he can have a knapsack. So you're Knapsack Boy.
Okay.
Or son of Backpack Man, whatever you prefer.
And who are you supposed to be?
And my character is a very tough individual, someone who is a pro bounty hunter, actually. Someone who is very good at capturing individuals and has a fearsome name that all criminals fear. His name is Big Buff Boy.
Big Buff Boy. Wow, we went for original characters this time. Let's hope next year...
we didn't actually steal celebrity characters this time around.
Let's hope that next year we do not do that again.
Let's not be original anymore.
It's gonna be
stuff.
Buff Boy and Knapsack Kid, son of Backpack Man, in a sweatshop.
Okay then. Do I meet you in a sweatshop then?
I guess we're both working there.
I guess so. Okay, I'm probably undercover.
Okay, and action.
So, kid, what are you doing here in this sweaty sweatshop?
Oh well, I'm just working. I'm called Knapsack Kid because my dad's the famous Backpack Man. You know him? Yeah, he's my dad.
Yeah, I know that guy. I locked him up like 2,000 times down there in that prison. That backpack was full of weed. He stole it from my wife. He actually knew my wife at one point. He stole my wife. I found her in one of the bags too. But yeah, so lo and behold, yeah, I know your dad. Your dad's he's all right.
I think when you steal someone, it's called kidnapping.
Listen, kid, we're not here about technical definitions. I'm a bounty hunter. I'll do whatever it takes to make a buck, including stealing someone else's wife because he stole mine. That's why your mom hasn't been around for all these months. Hey,
okay.
What are you doing in your sweatshop?
Well, I'm here just working for H&M.
You're going to have to speak up. I thought you said you're working for HIV. Repeat what you said again.
H&M? The clothing.
All right.
The clothing store? Yeah. I make fashion.
Very epic. Hey, listen, kid, I need your help. I've been undercover here for 3 months. I'm looking for the owner of this facility. He's apparently been running illegal Fortnite games in the back, and as we know, Fortnite was definitely banned all over the world earlier in this year of 2020.
But like, there's a bigger deal here. Like, I don't think Fortnite's that much of a big deal. Like, I don't even know what Fortnite is. I get paid $12 a week. Who gives a shit?
Just cut this out. $12 an hour. Okay, resuming. Kid, you really think I can do it, Emilio? You're making me laugh. Okay. Dude, you son of a bitch. All right. Listen, kid, you really think I give a shit about people working as slaves for $12 an hour? I only
I
care
said
about one
$12 a
thing.
week.
I don't. You know what? That's even worse. You're basically doing it for free, you stupid ass. I just care about Fortnite. Just give me that good old Zuck Fortnite. Tell me the goods.
Well, if I help you, will I be freed?
Sure, kid. Sure. You just tell me what you know.
Well, I'll do it because my dream is to be a bald OnlyFans stripper. That's my dream. If you can make that true, I'll tell you where the owner lives.
Kid, you have the best damn dream I've heard about all year.
Well, thank you. Well, the owner, he lives in
Go on.
Maryland. He goes by the name Brian Bittner, I think.
Oh, that sick
Yeah.
son of a bitch.
I think he's kind of hot.
Wow, kid, you don't know what you're missing out on. You need to get out more often.
Well, I kind of practically live in this factory, as you know. It's a human rights violation.
So I'm going to ignore that because I don't give a shit about your human violation rights, but I do care hear more about this sexy hunk Brian Bittner.
Well,
Tell me more about him.
he either lives in Maryland or Pennsylvania. He's really ambiguous about it. We actually, I've known him for, Emilio has known him for like 50 years or something, and he's still not 100% sure.
Wow, that's a gay name, and I never thought I'd hear that again.
I mean, it might be, but that's still kind of homophobic, mister.
No, kid. No,
I don't
no.
know. I don't know why my accent's changing, but whatever.
Kid, it's probably because you're working in this sweatshop for so long. I just need to tell you, one, it definitely is a gay name. There's no if about it. It is just plain old gay. However, I appreciate you telling me more information about this owner. Now, from my end of the bargain, now that I know his name and location, what do you want from me? Because you said you weren't going to do it for free, apparently. I mean, it better not be above $12 a week. I'll tell you that much.
I want a kiss. I'm just kidding, mister. This was supposed to be a Christmas story. So my wish is to, my wish is to be Santa Claus.
You want to be Santa Claus. Well, fortunately for you, kid, it is Christmas Eve, and I am in a bit of a hurry, but I think I can help you with that. Come with me once. Just follow me into this alley.
Oh, no. This is how I was abducted for the factory.
Kid, if you've seen it once, you can see it twice in the van.
Oh, no. Okay. Wow. This is a pretty nice van you have, mister. Does it by any chance have coasters?
Yeah, there's a coaster. There's a coaster. Just sit your pretty ass on that coaster. and just ride it there. You're probably wondering where I got this van from.
Where did you get the van from, mister?
I stole it from an orphanage.
Well, they don't really need a van. You know, where the orphan's supposed to go.
Well, you know what? You're right. They don't need it because I burned the orphanage down after I stole the van. So they don't need the orphanage anymore.
That's nice, mister.
Well,
wow, is that the North Pole I see?
It's like, are you just happy to see me? Oh no, that's the actual North Pole. Yeah, that's the North Pole. We're actually flying there right now in the back of the van. Santa Claus' house is right down there. Now, to fulfill my end of the agreement, because I am a noble bounty hunter, Mr. Big Buff Boy, please tell me, why do you want to be Santa Claus so much? What is your obsession?
Santa gets a lot of pussy.
Wow, man. You know what? Santa Claus does get a lot of action. You know how I became a bounty hunter? Moobs once, and I was instantly attracted. I was like, I need to lock that shit up. So I was like, you know what?
Wow.
We have similar stories, so I sympathize with your cause. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go down here to Santa Claus's house. You're going to hand me that little gun right there, right by it, and we're going to get his jolly old ass in this van. And then we'll talk about it from there.
Okay. And so our heroes murdered Santa. Wow, we killed him. You know, there's only one way I can become Santa.
Yeah, you know,
A true love's kiss on Christmas.
kid,
I was.
I would.
We have to kiss now.
I wouldn't have it any
I'm
other
in
way.
love with
Wait,
you.
how old are you?
I'm 52, actually. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, I don't care. Come here.
And so the magic turned little knapsack kid into Santa Claus. Ho, ho, ho. Thank you for helping me, Buff Kid. Here, have this katana. It is way cooler than a gun.
Thank you.
Go kill Rian Bittner.
I will go and I will now go. No, I thought you said his name was Brian Bittner.
Oh no, that I was just really dumb when I was that knapsack kid. Now that I'm Santa Claus, I'm wise. Look, I'm gonna write down his address. Here it is. Here's a picture of him if you need it.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas.
Just so you know, I'm offering a 2-for-1 orphanage burning fee this week. You have any orphanages you want burned down?
You know, man, I'm having a big PR problem. Well, you know what happened. I kicked a pigeon in New York City.
That's right.
And
All right,
so I like don't need the heat on me, but thanks,
All right,
man.
well,
I'll call you up on that.
I will accept this contract. You know, after I'm done with Make-A-Wish, I will go and pay this orphanage a visit. Once I'm done with the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Oh, cool! I didn't know you had fans. Well, hey, that's tight.
They've had it good for too long.
This is getting weirder. Anyways, yeah, cool. Have fun.
Thank you.
And so, buff guy or whatever his name was
Big buff
left
boy.
to find Rian Bittner. The end. And scene. Wow, that was amazing.
That was
amazing. The actors did a really good job.
I know, they're fantastic. The writers actually did a good job before they left, I must admit.
Yeah. We spent all the budget for next season on that sketch, so I don't think we're gonna have to have a lot of that more. Sorry guys, the next season's gonna suck.
Yeah, it's gonna be really bad, guys. Because one way or the other, because we're getting pretty close here. I'm assuming to wrapping up the podcast. I mean, we did the play was an astounding success. I must be honest. You know.
Yeah. You know, we're not paying the actors, but they definitely deserve to be paid.
Absolutely do. Where's my money?
Anyways, so let's finish this show off with the resolutions. What is your New Year's resolution?
My New Year's resolution. Well, I think I'll do 2. One for the podcast and one for my life. One for the podcast, I vow we do more episodes like this and make 2021 a fantastic season 4 for the podcast. And then we're going to ignore this and do it in December next year for our new 2022 New Year's resolutions and forget instantly about this. My resolution for myself this year is to continue my video game resolution, to continue experiencing other games, to continue bettering myself both mentally and physically through different things throughout the year, and of course trying to achieve success better for myself and my family. Is what I resolved to try and do.
I'm still doing knapsack kids, boys. I was about to go, well, my resolution is no, my resolution is, I don't know, do more exercise. My resolution is actually to move out of my mom's house. I don't want to be old like Ryan and still living with his parents.
Old in college, unlike some people who failed out of their first
I'm in college. I have 2 degrees, dude.
You tried to flunk out of your first college.
Yeah, but now I'm studying something that I actually like.
Wow. Lay epic.
Well, I guess this is the end of the show. It would be a shame if Ryan was to die right now.
I know. Dude, let me tell you, that would be absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of any possible scenario why I, Ryan, of the Trash Talk podcast, before we even start season 4, would possibly...
Oh man, it's his internet again. Huh, he's dead. Huh, I stand corrected. Well, I guess it would be a shame. Since it's Christmas, I was gonna let him plug in, his YouTube channel, The Nostalgia Factor. and his other YouTube channel, The Boss. But instead I'm just gonna plug in my Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube channel, link in the description. If you do want to see the video form, you can actually check out my YouTube channel, Smelly Cheese B. That's where I post the Trash Talk podcast. And if you want to hear it, if you want to listen to it before the video version, it will be available through Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcast, and Breaker, Google Podcast, many more. You can send us an audio message through Anchor, and we might be featured. That's kind of cool. Wow, I'm gonna miss Ryan. I know I interrupted him a lot during the show. I didn't know corpses could breathe. Anyways, see you next year.